Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeff and we are on video 2 of the weekend. This one is not a video I was originally planning to do. However, we've done 3 requests to this group over the past few months, including one recently. And I thought, you know what? I didn't really enjoy the first one, but I've really enjoyed the last 2. And they just had a comeback. Let's be there for it. Let's support the group. So, we are here for our first ever OnlyOneOf comeback in mostly real time. Obviously, this isn't the day it's coming out, but this is dOpamine off of their latest comeback. I'm not sure. I think this is the title track, but again, not positive. If I enjoy this song, there's a pretty good chance that I'm going to buy a ticket to go see OnlyOneOf because they're coming to LA in May, I think it is, and tickets are already on sale. And I know where they're going. I've been there before. I saw Stacy there. So the venue is pretty decent. So there's a lot riding on this one. So yeah, if you're a fan of OnlyOneOf, welcome. If you're here and you're trying to decide if you want to go see them in concert, well, let's check them out together, right? So let's head over and check out dOpamine, my first ever OnlyOneOf comeback. Let's do it. I'm looking forward to it. Almost forgot to turn subtitles on. All right, OnlyOneOf. See what you got.
Oh yeah.
Oh, a little loud.
No. 사랑이란 환상이라 give up. Nobody know broke my heart. 내 몸이 건조했던 나를 순간 전부 날 완성해. 더 깊이 빠져들어가자. 날 점점 맞추게 된다 해도 I can't control, I lose control. 혈관에 도는 애들의 난리. 도와준 말 touch 둘만의 reaction. Feel it, 화원한 emotion. 자극적인 순간을 원해 난 All intense, 끝없는 갈증. 넌 나의 dopamine, dopamine 내 온몸에 퍼져가 퍼져가 addict, addict to your love, addict, addict. 아름다워 넌 나의 dopamine, dopamine yeah. 이 숨을 끊어놔 끊어놔 addict, addict to your love, addict, addict. 전부리로 가 심장이 뛰는 게 느껴져. 구름을 걷는 것처럼 발끝부터 다 가벼워. 똑같아 내 기분. 어떡한 visual stimuli. 두 눈을 뗄 수가 없어 난. 잠시도 다른 건 집중할 수 없게 어지러워 온종일. 더 깊이 알아가면 벗어날 수 없게 될 걸 알아. I can't control, I lose control. 멈출 수 없는 나들의 난리. 세포에 새겨 touch 둘만의 reaction. Feel it, 화원한 emotion. 자극적인
Feels like a model photo shoot.
끝없는 갈증. 넌 나의 dopamine, dopamine 내 온몸에 퍼져가 퍼져가 addict, addict to your love, addict, addict. 아름다워 넌 나의 dopamine, dopamine yeah. 이 숨을 끊어놔 끊어놔 addict, addict to your love, addict, addict. 날 이리어가
I'm addicted to this chorus.
너를 원해 난 아세요 all night 짜릿해져가 Feel like can't sleep 이라쳐 You're my only one 날 웃게 만드는 건
I get it.
이로운 너라면 이렇다 때렸다 주체할 수도 없는 맘이 멈춰도 돼 touch 새로운 reaction Feel it 깔려는 emotion 자극적인 감정을 원해 난 All intense so crazy
Okay. Go off, son. That song was so fun. All right, listen. I might have to get that ticket, guys. They might have done me in here. I might be going to see OnlyOneOf. I need to go check out ticket prices after this. Okay, the guy who steals the show for me almost every time is this one over here. And his is the only name I think I know. Of course, I could be wrong. It could be the name of someone else, and I'm sure I'm going to get eaten alive for this if I'm wrong. But is this gentleman on the far right, is his name Nine? Or obviously his stage name. Vocally, visually, performance-wise, he steals the show for me every time. Even in Libido, that I wasn't as big a fan of, like, his was still the performance that captured my attention the most. So if I'm going to go see this concert, guys, I'm going to need you guys to at least confirm that his name is either Nine, or tell me his name, because I can't just be showing up to a concert with no bias. So, obviously I enjoyed the song. I love that chorus. That chorus gives me a little shot of dopamine. I don't know if it's the way they're singing it, or if it's the cute little choreo that goes with it. I don't know what it is, but something about the chorus just hits for me. As far as impression about the song, what it's about, it's pretty obviously about finding a incredibly stimulating attraction with someone, and having that feeling. So for those who may not know, dopamine is a chemical in the brain. It's a neurotransmitter, which we'll come back to in the lyrics, actually. And it's responsible for the feelings of pleasure and usually associated with happiness, but specifically pleasure. So we're going to go back and watch again and break down what we can. But keep in mind dopamine as a neurotransmitter.
Oh yeah. No.
Okay. As far as this opening, a lot of groups and a lot of artists in general will say, oh yeah, and oh, and whatever, just to fill the music, the musicality of a song, with some form of vocal. This group, I feel like they chose oh yeah deliberately, because they have this consistent O theme through their logo, their lyrics, everything. Now, whether that's actually related, I might be stretching, but I don't think it's a coincidence.
Oh, yeah.
Then we get that almost electronic like drum beat going before we pick up in the verse. Right here. So rummaging inside my head. So obviously what's in your head? Your brain. When I see you, my neurons wake up. The neurons are what fire signals that communicate all of these feelings, whether it's pain, pleasure, whatever. Those are the pathways that your brain communicates through. So the title of the song, dopamine, and obviously when we see it come into play multiple times through the chorus, I just like the fact that the chemical as a neurotransmitter is already linking in, no pun intended, with the neurons part of this lyric early on in the song. And then, like breathing, I want, and they reiterate I want quite a few times here. Like, I want you, like I want or need to breathe. Right? Like, it's that compelling. Or it may not even be you, it may just be that feeling. But in this case, I'm pretty sure it's talking about the person. Fantasy called Love Wakes Me Up. So with prior to this feeling, they felt like they were in maybe a dream, or maybe they were asleep, maybe they were walking aimlessly, whatever the case would be, but this love has woken them up.
Nobody no broke my heart. 내 몸이 건조했던 나를
Used to be so bland. This part made me kind of smile, or at least chuckle internally. Used to be so bland. Like, I used to be boring, spiceless, white. I used to have no flavor, but now this love, this feeling, it completes me in a flash. It's like making basic rice, and then you put something in it that gives it this flavor, whether it be cilantro or lime or, you know, whatever the case would be. It's not super relevant. It's just something that made me laugh.
순간 전부 날 완성해 더 깊이 빠져들어가자 날 점점 빠지게 된다
See, artistically, I don't. Maybe it's his long hair, or maybe it's his expression. I don't know. But right here, like, he just drew me in right there. Let's get into it deeper, even if it gradually ruins me. So, like, this could be toxic. This could be bad for me. But I don't care, because it's worth chasing the high that it's giving me, this pleasurable feeling. So even if it gradually ruins me, let's keep it. Let's go even further.
좀 빠지게 된다 해도 I can't control I lose control 혈관에 도는 애들은
And then adrenaline circulating in my blood vessels, blood that's gotten hotter. So, like, obviously when you have that adrenaline rush, you're getting excited, and your vessels are constricting. I believe my biology fails me at the moment, which is sad because I'm a nurse, but pretty sure when the adrenaline is pumping that your blood vessels constrict. And the point is, adrenaline is associated with excitement. And in this case, the excitement is also associated with pleasure. So this adrenaline and this dopamine are working together.
yeah 부어진 blood touching 둘만의 reaction
And feeling ecstatic just from touching.
자극적인 순간을 원해
And then I want a stimulating moment. So that moment being touching you or whatever, or, you know, the love interest in this case. I guess I should stop saying you, but you know what you guys know what I mean. But that stimulating moment gives them that adrenaline rush. It gives them that little shot of dopamine. Spreading throughout the body, like that pleasurable feeling spreading. And then they become addicted. With being addicted tying into that line earlier about how it could be bad for them, but they still want to push further. And this right here, when you're chasing a high of any kind, so if you're addicted, you're chasing that high feeling, not necessarily a drugged high, but just that euphoria. And when you're chasing any type of thing single-mindedly, especially when it's a feeling internally, it has the tendency to become almost instinctual that you're chasing that, right? You're doing anything it takes to get that feeling, which can cut off your rationality and your ability to process logically. Carrying that over to an actual drug addiction, someone who becomes addicted to drugs, they're getting that shot of dopamine from that drug that they're chasing, whether it be marijuana, cocaine, whatever. And a lot of times someone who's become addicted will do irrational things just to find the next hit. You know, I've got personal family stories, not of me, but family, but I'm not going to get into that. But the point is, any type of addiction, and you can become cut off from your logical processes. But in this case, in the song, they're welcoming that. They want that. They don't care that it's cutting off the rationality. They just want that connection and that little feeling of pleasure. This line right here, though, losing everything. So you could take that a couple of different ways. So when someone's addicted, going back to that drug metaphor, if someone's addicted and they're chasing and they've lost their rationality, they can lose everything because they're giving anything, everything to get that drug. And so you could take it that way here. You know, they're losing everything maybe that grounds them or that makes them or whatever, because they're chasing that love, that addiction, that dopamine. Or you could take it as they're physically losing their possessions because maybe this person is requiring more of them and they're having to do whatever it takes to get to them. It could be any number of things. I think it's more of an emotional losing everything rather than a possessions type of thing. But it's still an interesting line there because it can be a negative, of course, if you're losing your faculties or losing your possessions, whichever it is. But if it's speaking in terms of losing everything in the terms of like losing my inhibitions and stuff like that, could even be connotated as a good thing. So, interesting line there. Yeah. Now you're describing that high feeling. Can't concentrate on anything else. Just dizzy all day. This line right here is just hammering home, like, just how much they need this person. Like, if I get to know you deeper, I won't be able to get away. But that's exactly what they want. You know, they're not saying it as a warning, or at least a negative warning. They're like, listen, if I get to know you more, I'm in this. Please. Also, like this part here, engraving it in my cells. Basically, like you're the adrenaline that's coming from this situation, this stimuli, your love, all of that, I'm engraving it into my cells. It's becoming my DNA. It's becoming who I am, what I need, my very essence. You are becoming part of me, and you know, I need that, basically. So they're saying so much just in this little line here that's yeah, I really enjoyed that part too. Hold on, I love the chorus, but right. This more intense, endless thirst. So the choreo can be both of these things simultaneously, which is pretty genius. So more intense can be like this physical, like I'm suffocating, right? But this endless thirst, obviously you drink, and so this can also mean like I need like sustenance, I need water, or in this case, I need to consume, like I'm so thirsty for this feeling. So yeah, genius part of the choreo here to simultaneously be showing intense and thirst. And of course, if you're into it, they're constantly just bare-chested, showing their extraordinary physiques out here. So some of us are endlessly thirsty, and they know it. My guy back there is the only one not showing his chest. His hair is luxurious. Then we get this this change up here. Like this change-up reminds me so much of like a Blackpink or Treasure or Baby Monster or whatever. It just in the sense of like we go from this consistent theme and sound to all of a sudden we get like this change up that becomes almost like a dance break, except in this case they're still singing. So this line right here, can't live without you, you're my only one, Hana. So, okay, can't live without you, you're my only one. We get that because we've already talked about needing them, not just from an addicted standpoint, but like endlessly thirsty. Like I might die without you kind of thing. I wish they hadn't spelled this part out because I wanted to feel proud of myself for a second. Like I realize it's one word, and I realize that it's not an important word, but I wanted to be proud that I knew a word in Korean. So you're my only one, Hana. It was weird that they put that in there instead of just saying one again, but they literally did say one again because that's what Hana means. But it was interesting lyrically. But yeah, I just wanted to point this out because on the first playthrough I said I get it, and that's what I got. Yeah, I wish they hadn't spelled it out in the translation though, so that I could pretend to be proud of myself, but it is what it is. It's okay for my uncontrollable heart to ruin me. So this goes back to that line way back near the beginning where they talked about like even if it ruins me or harms me or whatever the line specifically said. My uncontrollable heart is what this whole song has been about, chasing that addiction and that dopamine. And here's where they're explicitly saying, if you haven't gotten the message already, they're explicitly stating it's okay if this uncontrollable urge to be with you and have your love ruins me. They're like, ruin me, king or queen. And then the I'm losing myself, going back to the losing everything, that just clarifies what it is that they're losing. So they confirm, I told you that there's possible multiple interpretations of that line back then. That line cleared it up. Like, I'm losing myself, but they're completely okay with that. And you know what? So am I. Alright guys, that was the reaction for OnlyOneOf's dOpamine. Really enjoyed it. Somebody make sure you tell me for sure if that dude's name is Nine, the one with the long luxurious mane, or what his name actually is. Because if I show up to this concert, I want to be able to like yell out someone's name. But yeah, like I said, really enjoyed this one. Glad I checked it out even without your requests. I hope you guys did too. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell to enable your notifications to see when future content goes live. I've got another video that I'm planning to do this morning, and then maybe some requests tomorrow if I get a chance. The video coming up is a group I've never heard of, but the reason I'm doing it, I'll go into in the video. Thanks again, guys. See you next time. Take care, everybody.